and welcome back to Small Biz Better Summit. We are just having an amazing time here today. You've had several speakers so far, and now we have an amazing, fantabulous speaker ready for you. Miss Susie Carder, one of my favorite people on the planet. How are you doing today?
What's up? I'm doing fabulous, amazing. It's a gorgeous day, and I'm excited to be here contributing to your tribe. Our tribe, right? Our tribe, your tribe.
Our tribe, yes. This is all of our tribes. Your tribe, my tribe, all of the speakers' tribes, and new individuals who registered. We thank you so much. We're so happy to have you guys here on the Small Biz Better Summit. We're on a mission just to show that small business is not just something you have, it's something that you do. Small business is a verb, something you have to do every single day in order to get better at your small business. And Susie is the profit coach, going to be talking to us today about how to build a 7-figure business, which I'm just super duper excited. So Susie, let's go ahead and jump right on in, shall we?
I love it. Well, I think the first thing we have to realize is most of us get in this business because we're really good at our vocation. We love what we do. But what we do is only about 15% of our financial success. The other 85% is the sales, the marketing, the operations, the finance department, right? All the logistics, your communication, your personal development, right? So you have to be amazing at our 15%, but the other 85% is really what I do. I'm the money. And all roads lead to money. All roads lead to money. So we have to really be aware that all roads lead to money. So I
love that.
I don't know if you want to jump in because, you're a small business owner too. We can jump in. You can jump in at any time if you want to play back and forth. That's cool too.
Oh, awesome. I get permission to play back and forth with Susie.
Well, okay. So I don't know if y'all know, but Marcus is a genius at marketing. He's a genius at marketing.
Oh, thanks so much.
He really blew us all away. He did a class for us and we're like, who is that masked man? What's really crazy is, when I say all roads lead to money, right? We look at 10 profit centers to go, where am I missing in my business? So as I go through these 10 points, I want you to really look at rating yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you're a rock star. 1 means you're not good at it. You kind of suck at it. Yeah. And then in between 5 means, oh, okay, I understand, but I don't have it all together. Now, in the history of doing this, Marcus, nobody's ever gotten 100. So I just want to say that because the people who are there's my people who are highly educated, and if they get less than 90, they just feel like a loser. And the reality in business, you'll never get 100. I don't have 100 in my business because there's always, as I'm growing, things change, right? So if you're at $100,000, when you go to 200, it's a different business. When you go to 200 to 500, it's a different business. 500 to $1 million, different business, right? So it's always evolving, changing. And so when you look at creating $1 million business, it is not the same business that you started when you first started green and you're all started out with that business, right?
Yes.
So when you look at it, right, I want you to look at the ideal client. Do you know who your ideal client is? And Marcus, I don't know if you're teaching that exercise about getting your ideal client because that was delicious.
Oh, thank you.
How to find it, really naming it. But I always look at inside my ideal client, we want to look at what's going to make them qualified to be an ideal client. I think we look at characteristics, we look at some money, but for me, my ideal client has to do about $250,000 a year because they have to have money to grow their business, right? Or they have access to funds to grow their business. Because you can bootstrap a business, but if you're bootstrapping a business, we've got to be selling in order to pay for the Marcuses of the world, right? The programs that you need, the infrastructure that you need. So the ideal client, I want to just up-level that with your qualified ideal client. How much money do they make? What are they, a double family, single family, kids, no kids, age group? All that's incredibly important. For me, you got to love me, right? You got to love me. You got to be coachable. I'm done pushing people uphill. Right.
Yes.
As business owners, like I believe in your dream more than you believe in your dream. We both got to believe in it together.
Absolutely.
Rate yourself like on a scale of 1 to 10. How well do I know my ideal client? Do you want to say anything about ideal client? Because this is really your lightning.
Ideal client is probably one of, if not the most important aspects of this whole venture. A lot of people are trying to market to everybody, but the problem when you try to do that, especially when you try to do it online, if you're marketing to everybody, you're really marketing to nobody, because the whole online space is loud and crowded. And now that social media is around, it makes it a lot easier to stand up, but a lot harder to stand out. And if you're trying to stand out doing the same thing that everybody else is trying to do to the same people, you're just going to get overwhelmed by people who just simply have more resources, more money. And so that ideal client, I love that you brought that into play here, because that is absolutely essential.
Right. So I love that you say stand up and stand out, right? You can't just be there. Like, I think people go, I'm just going to create an online course and then they'll come. No, they don't come. We've all tried that. They don't come.
Exactly.
I hate those classes. Like, build this course and you'll make millions.
Yeah.
As soon as you get your ideal client into your tribe, and as soon as you have a database, yes. So let's do that. Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Number two is you have to have a strong sales strategy online and offline. Right. Yeah. So the online strategy, it's a different strategy. You can't do the same strategy that you do offline as you do online. So it's getting really clear. What's the infrastructure that I need for both online, offline? Right. What's my follow-up campaigns that I need? What am I selling? What are the price points I'm selling? What's the journey? What's the client journey? So having your strong sales strategy online, offline, I want you to rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10. And I want you to look at, that's the back of the head money, right? We call it, while you're sleeping, you're getting some money. That's the online strategy. People are trying to hide, Marcus, behind their computer and build a business.
Yes.
And there are some people that do, but you still have to go out, and I have to meet you, right? I have to meet other influencers. I have to meet people in my tribe. I can't do it all behind my computer. We can do a lot of things behind your computer, but get out behind the computer, y'all. We need to see you belly to belly, heart to heart, right? Find some people. So,
especially heart to heart.
Want to say anything about online strategy? Because again, this is one of your sweet spots.
Yes. I mean, we're just a big proponent of it being, we look at it, a lot of people like to say balance, like they'll say work-life balance, online, offline balance. We like to use more the term harmony. So think of like a symphony. If everything in the symphony was balanced, you just basically have a flat note. And that's not what you want in your, part of the song that you like, or that favorite movie that you like. There's highs, there's lows, there's different things that play at different times. So same thing with your offline and online strategy. What's that harmony between the two? They should definitely leverage each other. But, we just encourage people not to look at it as a balance, just look at that harmony. And so especially when you're talking about that online strategy, differentiating yourself in the marketplace, I think is absolutely essential. I know is absolutely essential. And it has to be something that differentiates you from something that is hard for your competitors to compete. So most of our clients come to us and say, oh, we're first to market, or we're X, Y, and Z. And we're like, those aren't strong enough differentiators. And so through these summits, we're going to be going through a lot of tips on how do you differentiate yourself? How do you find your ideal client? So stay tuned to future summits. Does that cover it a little bit?
A little bit. That's cool. So I want you to rate yourself between what I said and what Marcus said on a scale of 1 to 10, right? The third point, and this is juicy, is you have automated, circle, highlight, underline, automated follow-up sequence. So that means that it's already taken care of as soon as you put somebody in there. Now, people get freaked out, and I want to say, don't steal my stuff. Don't steal Marcus's stuff, right? You can glean from people that you admire. Glean. Glean means take best practice. Do not cut and paste, right? That's unethical, right? So I say that because I think we do it like, oh, I'm just going to take this, but it's not even your voice. So what I want you to do is when you're looking at your automated follow-up sequences is if they're coming into my tribe, what would I say to them personally, right? Before email, before we did any of this, we were calling people on the phone, having those conversations. What would that conversation be? Welcoming to your tribe, welcoming to a program. If you're doing a monthly newsletter, automatically, what are you going to say? You're not going to just send information, right? So I want you to look at where do I need to up-level my automated follow-up sequences? Where do I need to input or really bring in automated sequences? And who do I need to hire, right? There's fabulous resources out there that you can find fabulous people, copywriters, people that specialize in sales, automated sequences, and also just your voice, like branded automated sequences. You can go to Upwork, you can go to Fiverr, there's some great resources out there to fit your budget, whatever your budget is, right? So I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. I have underlined circle my own with my brand, my voice, who I am, follow-up sequences. You want to add anything? Because again, look, this is all about you today, apparently.
Not at all. This is all about you.
Look,
you've been asking for the profit coach. I do want to add in one thing. You see a lot of marketers and a lot of advertising out there for what they call swipe files. And people say, hey, just swipe our copy or swipe our ad copy. Copy is just, if you're not familiar, is just the wording that we use in the ads or the emails. So they'll say, swipe our email, swipe our ad copy. The problem with it, just as Susie said, is not your voice, one. And two, think of it like a recipe. I've been trying to copy my mom's fried chicken recipe for forever. And when I tried to do it, it didn't come out like her. So I got smart. I said, okay, I'm going to sit right next to mom and do everything she does. If she put 5 shakes in, I'm going to put 5 shakes of pepper in. I try to fry it in the same batter that she fried it in. And she's just over there shaking her head because she knows what I'm trying to do, but she knows it's not going to come out like hers. And even with all that, it still didn't come out like hers. And she knows that it's still that it factor. It's that it factor that she adds to it. So it doesn't matter what I do. My fried chicken will never come out like mom's fried chicken, right? Same thing with your marketing. Same thing with your email, your ad copy, all that other great stuff. It will never, you can't take Susie's ad copy and then try to put it with your ads. It's not going to work. Now, I love what she said. Glean from it. One thing my dad says is use it for information, not for influence. So yeah, get the information from it. Use it for that information, but don't ape what they did, because it's not going to work the same way. At the very least, it's like think of your campaign like a child. You might have the same parents, but siblings, have different personalities. Your campaigns have different personalities. So customize it to that campaign, customize it to that audience. So I love that you said that. And I'm gonna shut up because I want to hear number 4.
No, juicy. So rate yourself on, you have automatic follow-up sequences on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you're a rock star. 1 means you suck. 5 means I'm aware of it, but now I need to put my own voice in it, right? I was swiping the copy, I love that you say that. Nothing ever tastes like mom fried chicken, by the way.
It's so true. Oh, and I have been trying. But she did say my barbecue chicken is better than hers. I was like, all right, cool, because I made my barbecue sauce from scratch. So. All
right, number 4. You have a strong and effective lead magnet for your list building, right? So the lead magnet is when you get people to come into your business. Think about it like a storefront. When you had people coming in your business, what was the thing that got them to come in? We did some kind of advertising. This is back in the day when we all had brick and mortar businesses, right? Mm-hmm. It's the same thing. When they're coming into my place of business, what am I giving them as a gift, as a thank you? Nobody wants to sign up for a newsletter. Can I just say that? Nobody wants to sign up for a newsletter. Nobody
Preach it.
Mailing list. Like the people that go, be on my mailing list. No, I'm trying to delete all the ones I am on. Right? Because I'm just in the morning, I delete. No, we want something that's why I say strong and effective, right?
Yes.
So the lead magnet is the wow factor that you have to give something valuable. The more value you give, if I give you something for free, you're like, wow, she gave that to me for free. What is she going to give me if I pay for this? Right. Absolutely. The same thing with this summit, right? All these juicy information that, Marcus is bringing and all these amazing people, if we're giving that for free, right? What happens when we start paying the individuals? Like that's the value. Now, we always need to be list building. So list building, if I look at what we're doing, how we're doing it, we're losing 30% of our clients every single year just because I'm opting out, I'm going away. So if you look at why your business isn't growing, it's you're not marketing your business. You're not doing these things ongoingly. You can't just do one campaign. You can't just do one event. You've got to constantly be putting something in. So we're getting people into your storefront, right? So I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. I have a powerful lead magnet that converts, right? And this is testing. You have to test. Like I got so frustrated, Marcus, because I thought I would just build it and then, okay, I'm done with that. And then we're looking like nobody is downloading that. Nobody is doing that. Like it was too big and too much. It was like, that just scared me. Yeah. Now if I'm scaring you for free, I'm going to really scare you when you pay me. That's all a learning curve. right? So you have to go, okay, that didn't work. Let me try something different. That didn't work. I think we as entrepreneurs, because maybe it's not your sweet spot or that's not the fun part for you, but I look at business and money, because all roads lead to money. You need to write that down. All roads lead to money. Like, the big safes you might have a little safe. Apparently I have a big safe in my house. That's where I put my Papa Don't Know money.
Oh, hide money.
The Papa Don't Know. Or you can think about when you were in school and we have the combination locks, right?
Oh, yeah.
The dial ones. Because if there's one tick off, right, say it's 26, 33, 26, and you go 25, 32, 25, right? So I've got 3 ticks off. That thing's not going to open. You have one little tick off. One little that really pisses me off. You have one, like, I'm so close. Oh, I missed it. It's not going to open. Or, the handle. It's not going to open. So this is what list building is. This is what lead magnets are. It's a formula. And you have to keep tweaking until the money safe opens, right? So rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And, there's some really great and effective list building strategies, right? So do you have any, can we glean from some of the most successful ones that you've done?
Ooh. So first, just like you said earlier, making sure we know who we're marketing to and who we're trying to promote to. So we segment our campaigns. So we do each lead magnet tailored to each and every campaign that we're looking to run something with. And so that is probably one of the biggest factors that is that is definitely one of the biggest factors that has played a part. So
I like that strategy. I don't know if you caught that. So each lead magnet is different for the campaign versus you have one static lead magnet. That's delicious.
Absolutely. In fact, for one single campaign, we'll actually have several different lead magnets for each audience within that campaign that we're looking to attract into that product or that service. So think of it like the sign on the door. The sign on the door can be something different to attract different tribes. And then you can address each one of those perspectives once all those tribes are in the room. So think of the campaign as that room, and that the sign on the door is just for different doors. So for example, if you have firemen as a very broad demographic, we would never suggest a broad demographic like that. But just for sake of example, if you have firemen as one demographic, you might be saying, and you have a personal development products, you might be saying, hey, better personal development skills for firemen. And then you might have another one, better personal development skills for policemen, better personal development skills for teachers. And now they all come into the personal development room where you're saying some things that are tailored to each, but are also common to each as well. And so that's how we find the best results for each campaign. It has to be tailored to that audience. And then when they're in the tribe, just make sure you're attending to the needs that you promised them in that initial lead magnet.
Right. One of the things that we're doing right now, which is really fun, is we're doing quizzes, right? So everybody loves a quiz, right? If you think back in the day, we used to do them in Cosmo or, whatever magazine. You have the Guy magazine, so make it fun. Business is supposed to be fun. To go, how can I engage my consumer? So be creative. There's great software that you can purchase and cost effective, man. Just all the apps now versus back in the day. My first website, Marcus, I'm seasoned.
I want to hear about this.
My first website. Now this was in 1998. It was a membership website. It was a membership website. $500,000.
Wow.
I know. But it was before, like the internet was just coming out in 2000, right? So we were so way ahead of the curve, and everything was crazy expensive because it was so innovative and early adopter. I don't know, I'm aging myself, dude. Look, I'm just saying. Like now, I look like, oh my God, you can build a website overnight yourself for free, right? So to go, it's all
$500,000. Wow, that is.
Crazy. Woo. Right? Because we had to build everything from scratch. There was no apps, right? There was no Infusionsoft or ClickFunnels or, lead pages, none of that. It was like, you want to build, there was no, accounting system. We had to build that in the back end to collect payments. And, none of that. Crazy. Ooh. Right? Think about that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about that. Be thankful, everyone. We can integrate with other software that do, that kind of play well together.
If you were as articulate as I am, you could remember these things.
Oh, wow.
I'm telling you, I was
funny.
spicy.
So she did that website when she was only like 2 years old, everybody. So in 1998, she was about 2. So, she was way ahead of the curve. Way ahead of the curve.
When you look at it, right? So we grew the largest membership site, in 2000. We won from Microsoft, the top technology company of the year. We were number 2. We were number 2. Let me get clear. So number 1 was this motorhome you could build online, and you could build 200.
I'll take number 2.
Right, $200,000 motorhomes and customize them. That was their basic model, right? They went up to millions, but you could do it all online. And then we were a business membership site, and so back in the day, when you look at how innovative that was, so. Looking at a membership site back then, now everybody's like, get a membership site. That's a business. That's not, that's a whole nother revenue stream, which brings me to my fifth point. I'm on 4 and 5. My fifth point is having a clearly defined product suite, right? What's the journey we're taking our client on? And the mistake I see most entrepreneurs make when they first launch is they're like, I'm going to create a $47 product. Okay, and how much money did you want to make? Right. So if you look at making, let's say $200,000 a year, by 47, we got to sell 4,255.
Wow.
Of those $47 products. And if you have no database, because you realize to get one client to sign up, you have to have 10 qualified leads. Now you times
at least
4,000 times 10. We're at 42,000 people to hit that goal. Yeah. So you have to be really
at least.
A $47 product is just a trust factor. We're just building trust. We're not making money off of it, right? So what is their whole product suite that you want to have inside your business? What's the journey, right? What's the second product? What's the third product? And each product needs to build on either a segment in the business, a skill set that you're building, right? A journey for that end customer. Don't think of like, I'm just going to create something. Think about the whole entire journey and what's the step and what's the price point. And the price point needs to come with how much money do you need either to start your business, launch your business, replace your job that you're doing, right? Or creating the financial dream that you want to have. So it all takes having a really clear defined, we call it a revenue wheel. And it's not going to be one thing that's going to make us money. It's going to be all the things that make us money.
I love that.
I want you to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 means you're a rock star. You got this one down. 1 means like, oh, thanks, Susie. I suck again.
You don't suck. It's just room to grow. It's an opportunity.
Some people get so frustrated. They don't like that word. So whatever, I have lots of improvement. I like to make business funny and fun, right?
Yeah.
Because this is what I do all day long. I'm not significant about it, right? We have a multi-million-dollar business. So I don't want to be significant about it.
Absolutely.
There is learning curve. You're going to fall flat on your face. You're going to have amazing breakthroughs, right? So I want you to lighten up and go, what's the strategy I need to put in place? And who do I need to help me put it in place? I learned a long time ago, I'm going to find people 10 steps ahead of me and glean. I'm going to use it again, glean, emulate, not imitate. I want you to emulate, not imitate. That
I like that.
Professional, right? To go, let's take the best practices, right? That's why we all do this education is what's the best practices I can implement into my business right now. So in your product suite, clearly define. That's the key is I know my client journey, that all roads lead to money. Each one of these build, can't see my hand, each one of these build on the next one, right? So I want you to look at, all these lead to the product suite, all these lead to how am I getting the customer and the ideal customer to pay us the price that we deserve? I'm just saying that price we deserve.
Yes.
6 is.
Hold on, before we go to 6, let's recap 1 through 5. Let's just read them all so everybody can make sure they're keeping tally.
I love it. So number 1 was understanding your ideal client. Number 2 was a strong sales strategy online and offline. Number 3 was an automated follow-up sequence that we're emulating, not imitating. Number 4 is a strong and effective lead magnet in this building. Number 5 is your clearly defined product suite. So you should, at this point, nobody should. Like, let me see what I would have. My What we're working on right now in our company is our follow-up sequence, our
Likewise.
sales strategy element, and our lead magnets. Right, we're dialing, the
Mm-hmm.
the combination to go what's going to work, what's not going to work. So again,
Absolutely.
it doesn't matter where you are; it matters what you're doing. That we have to start somewhere, and if we're in action, radical action, and it takes money to make money. I know everybody says that, but you have to look at, are you radical enough? Like when I launched my first training and development company, I borrowed money from my retirement account. Right? No, I was smart enough to have a retirement account.
Yeah.
Right. Then when we needed more money, we took a second out on our home. Right. Are you willing to put everything on the line? I was talking to a client yesterday who wants to launch this business. Very smart man, has been doing it for a corporation for years. And I said, well, do you have equity in your home? And he's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but my wife won't let me touch that. Okay. If your wife doesn't believe in you and want to invest in you, we need to have a different conversation on this phone call. Right? To go, well, what does that mean? Right?
Yeah.
I think I need a new man. Now, that says a lot about maybe strategies that happened in the past, or maybe he doesn't have a clear plan, but there's no way you can bootstrap. I've bootstrapped, but I've also was strategic. Like my first business, I paid my house payment on my credit card for a year to build that business, right? Because I had to create that infrastructure. So are you willing to be radical? Or do you want to sit back and, I'm just going to build a business? And no, you got to risk. Risk equals reward.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes.
Risk equals reward. It means you write that down, circle, highlight
risk
it.
Equals reward. I like that.
Now, got to have a plan in place, and we're giving you the outline to the structure. This becomes your roadmap to building a successful business. This is what I do for my clients all day long, right? And my clients are seeing 800% increases in their business, 3,000% increases in their business, right? So the reality is when you take the time to put these strategies in place, miracles can happen in your business. So we're at number 5. So I'm going to save the next 5 for our next interview because that's juicy. So,
all right.
Right? So
I love that.
We call these Susie Snacks. The bite-sized information is your cocktail for success.
I love that. Susie Snacks. I love that. Little inside joke. Susie Snacks is a little code word for Susie Snacks. I don't know if she wants to. She does libations.
I'll tell the story. So I own a training and development company. We were getting too big, and my operations person said, "Susie, we can't pay for people's alcohol anymore." Right? We were a small consulting firm, but then we were getting into millions, which then you're in liability. She was like, "We're not going to be responsible." I'm like, "Yeah, we're not responsible. We're not paying for that anymore." So I would be on the road.
Oh, man.
I was in an airplane almost every weekend. And I would train all day long. And then at the end of the day, I just wanted a cocktail, right? I'm wrapping up my day. I'm in the bar waiting for my airplane on my way home. And so once we put this, we all had to sign a little piece of paper that said, we are all aware of the new policy. I'm sitting in the bar going, they're not going to pay for my cocktail. I'm like, well, they are me. I can buy myself a cocktail. And so and you know how you get 2 receipts? You get the receipt, the itemized receipt, and then you get the receipt. This is my company. The most hilarious part, you guys, is it was my company. So I do my expense report, and on the receipt, I put snacks, right? So I turn in my expense report, so I get refunded my money back. So this was going on for like 6 months. And so my operations manager goes, Susie, can I talk to you? I'm like, sure. She goes, I'm looking at your expense reports. I'm like, And she's like, you don't eat meals. What are you eating that are snacks? And you guys, I'm a horrible liar. Horrible. And I look at her like, what do you mean? She's like, it doesn't say dinner with Marcus, or it just says snacks, right? I'm like,
snacks.
I'm like, okay, I confess. It's cocktails and snacks. She goes, we're not paying for alcohol. I'm like, it's my company. I could buy myself a drink. If we do it for one, we have to do it for all. No, we can't do it. I'm like, okay. So I couldn't do the snack trick anymore. So I'm just saying. So
but you outed yourself.
I'm not a good liar, right? I've never been a good liar.
That's hilarious.
So when
So
I say,
we love snacks.
if I invite Marcus to snacks, he knows Marcus is going to snack. And then now, like if it's around like lunchtime in the middle of the day, they're like a snack or a snack, right?
Yeah, they're on to you now.
A snack or just a snack? I'm like, well, which one's the snack?
Let's specify for real.
Yeah. So.
Oh my God. I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. That's hilarious.
Thank you for, having me here to really pour into your tribe and pour into your community. This is my passion. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time, about 30 years. And, I became an entrepreneur because nobody's the boss of me. And I had to figure out this journey myself, right? I had to really, it was back in the day where we didn't have internet, we didn't have online summits. You'd either find other experts through word of mouth, or you go to the bookstore, and hopefully at the bookstore it would say something about an event they're doing. So it was so hard to find. There's a wealth of information at our fingertips. I help clients build $1 million businesses, and it's my passion. If you're gonna do this, be paid well, right? What I want is that you to be paid more than if you were to do a job, right? 88% of the population today is making less than $100,000 a year in business. It's bananas, right? 5% is doing $500,000. 1% is doing over $1 million. I'm about changing the 1%ers. I'm about helping you get to the 1%, stay at the 1%, and expand, right? Turning those millions to multi-millions, right? That's the game we're up to, and that's the game we're playing.
Ooh, I love that. And I love how you articulated that. That's something we're so big on, about making sure that people define their mission, their values, their vision. And as you guys just clearly heard what Susie and her company have defined, and that's what's going to drive you. That's what's going to help make those 5 points that you just listed there easier to achieve. Without that, we're just kind of shooting in the dark, hoping that we hit something. And in this loud and clouded environment, that's just, it just really makes our lives and the lives of our customers that much more harder. And so I love that mission and vision you just stated. That hit right here, Susie.
Good. We're going to make it rain, Marcus. Make it rain.
I love that. Yes, we got to make it rain. And so as we talk about, Susie, building these 7-figure businesses, and that's exactly what these 5 tips were, the 5 criteria that you're rating yourself from 1 to 10 that Susie just gave, and the other 5 that we're going to have in next month's summit as well. I want you to take a look at these, and Susie's actually coming out with a book, Power Your Profits, which actually includes these tips and many more. I'd love to have you mention a little bit about that book as well, because I am excited for it.
I'm so excited for it. This has been a long time coming. This is my 10th book, so it's not my first rodeo.
Wow. And international bestseller, this gal is.
Thank you. And so this book is all about building your business from the bottom to the top, right? We all know that song. So it's from 10,000 to 10 million. And how do you build that business? How do you bootstrap it? What do you need to put in place? We go over sales, marketing, operations, team, really looking at what's getting in your way. Business is fun. Business can be easy when you have a roadmap. So I'm going to give you that roadmap. So it's just come out on Amazon from Simon Schuster for pre-order, which I'm really excited about. And I put it in the link for you, Marcus, so we can let you know and grab it and get it. Be one of the first to be on the list to get it. It's coming out in May, so we're doing a big push right now. So I would love for you guys to really transform your business and take it on as a workbook. I've put templates in there, exercises in there, so that it's not theory and concept. Do this, you get this. Same thing with this training. Do this, you get this, right? Take on this action, your business will change. Just read the book, your business won't change. It'll be a good read, but I want your business to change and grow and expand and explode.
I love that. Change and explode. Oh, I love it. Change, expand, and explode. I love that. Well, that's amazing. And as you guys can see, the wealth of knowledge that Susie has is just completely amazing. I've known Susie now for the last 5 years, and the growth in my business, the growth, even more importantly than my business, but the growth in my life and mindset has just been completely amazing, barely recognizable. So I really encourage you, take those Susie Snacks that we talked about earlier, those 5 pieces, and really look at them as they relate to your business. If you're just starting a business, look at them as you start your business. The earlier, the better, because these are the things that can really help propel you. And not only from a profit standpoint, but also from a mindset standpoint. Invest in your mindset, invest in your personal development, keep coming to summits like these, keep investing in your education, because that's really what's going to help make the difference in your business and in your life as well. So we can't thank you so much. We can't thank you enough for coming out to the summit today. And I did swindle Susie into joining next month's summit and the summit after next. So we'll be seeing Susie a lot more with Get This a live Q&A. So super excited about that. And that's awesome. Any closing words for the group for this session before we go to the next?
Well, if you love this, can I give them a free gift?
Who would like a free gift? Hands up. Yeah, everybody. Please.
Okay. So if you text the word PLAN, PLAN, to 31996, I have a free training for you so that you can get a different 10 points of business assessment to increase your profit. So not this one, but another one, because I love assessments because it allows me to look at my business, where I'm going, where I'm growing, so that I can really be focused on what do I need to do this year, right? What do I need to do the next year so that I can have an amazing year and a breakthrough year. So that's 31996, and the word is plan, because I'm a planner.
One more time, can you repeat that for everybody?
31996. And the word is plan.
I love that. Everyone, text 31996. Text the word plan to 31996 for more Susie Snacks. And that's another perfect example of, remember we were talking earlier about the lead magnet. So this is another way of getting people into your tribe. This is one thing that we're doing. The summit is another way of us getting people into our tribe. It's been working fabulous because we understand who we're trying to reach from a small business standpoint and how we can just give value for free. Same thing that Susie is doing. So like she said earlier, glean from what we're doing. We've learned from the School of Hard Knocks. And while you're also able to learn from the School of Hard Knocks, I will admit the School of Hard Knocks is probably the best school, but the tuition is a lot higher. Glean from some of us who've been through the School of Hard Knocks so you don't have to learn those same lessons. You'll learn other lessons, but you don't have to necessarily learn those same lessons. So, right. Susie, thank you so very much. You want to say something else?
I'm going to say if you want to find me, you can follow me by my name, Susie Carder, SUSIECARD, as in dollar, dinero, and delicious, ER.
I love that.
So that's all my handle. That's my website. I'm easy to find. Just Google me, search me. If you can't find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all the things. Right.
All the things. Love that.
All the things. So I look forward
Susie Carder.
I look forward to meeting you again. I look forward to playing with you again. I look forward to giving you the other 5.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Again, thank you so much. Yes, look her up, Susie Carder. That's Carder with a D. CARD is in dynamic woman, ER. So make sure you look her up. Make sure you text PLAN to 31996. Is that correct? 31996. Yes, text PLAN to 31996 so that you can get more great free information from Susie. Stay tuned to the next Small Biz Better Summit. And even before that, stay tuned to the next session, which you'll have the information in your email on how to access that next session. Also, bring your questions live. We have several speakers who are joining us live for the Q&A later today, as well as tomorrow. So make sure you bring your questions live. Send the link out to your friends. We're really on a mission to just help people small business better. And so thank you again, Small Business Better, Susie Carder. We love you. Thank you so very much. And we look forward to seeing you again soon. And see everybody in the next session.